Is the party over? Many are saying, yep, the party is over, that it's time to go back. I'm hearing about this every day, that people are being called back. The party's over. You can't do this anymore. With those clues, guys, do you have any idea about where I'm headed now?
Let's see.
People are being called back?
Yep.
Oh, I know.
People being called back. The party's over. What do you think it is, Rox?
Oh, it's just you can't call in sick anymore and say you have COVID and you're going to be out for 2 weeks.
Nah. You're kind of in the zone, but that's not it.
Does this have to do with my spirit animal, Elon Musk, tweeting or emailing everybody at 2 a.m., telling them to get their asses back into the office?
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah.
Good guess.
More and more companies are telling workers the party's over. No more working from home. It is time to come back to your job. After the whole COVID deal, more and more companies are telling their employees to, get off their butts and get back into the office. And it is happening more and more. Work from home era is ending for millions and millions of Americans, and it's really accelerated in the first quarter. What do we have? We got a couple of days left in Q1. April 1st begins the second quarter. But it seems in the last couple of months that more millions and millions of Americans are being told to come back to the office. Let's grab a couple of calls on this.
Yeah.
Has your party just ended? Has your work from home party just been halted? Did your business tell you, hey, get back into the office, time to come back? 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. That's how you get in. I'd love to know, were you just recently called back, or when were you called back? But the story is, and I saw this in the Wall Street Journal, that it is increasingly rare now that companies are allowing workers to work from home. So it looks like that the whole disruption in our lives, the whole COVID thing, that one of the vestiges of COVID, the work from home era, that it is for many millions of Americans, it's ending.
So I have a friend who's a working mom like myself, 2 young kids, and her house is always perfect and clean and everything is organized. And I open her cabinets. I'm like, wow, how do you do all this with your 2, your 6-year-old and your 4-year-old like me? And she said, oh, well, I don't start work until I can't work unless my house is perfect. So I usually don't even start work until noon. And then I'm like, oh, do you have to work late? No. I wrap up at 4 or 5, but it's a full-time job. So my point is, I think there are a lot of work from home people who get to do a lot of work around the house while they're on the job.
They get to do whatever they want for the most part.
And
Get the work done.
I'm not hating. I used to be very jealous, but I'm like Fester turning over a new leaf with the lotto ticket winners.
But there are tons of people, though, that do a lot of other things when they're working from home. Listen, we've talked about the companies that had like the mouse trackers to see if you were computer-based at home, to see if you're actually working on the computer, keeping track of keyboard strokes and mouse movement. Wasn't there some didn't someone invent like a mouse mover?
Yeah, there's a jiggler, there's a mover, there's a little laser eye. There's all kinds of things.
All right, let's go to phones on this. 800-990-1047. Just a couple of calls because I got a lot to get to here. 800-990-1047. Yeah, phone's already ringing. Just curious, did your work from home era, did it recently end, or what's the story? Or are you still able to work from home, and how much longer? 800-990-1047. Hey, Megan, you're on the MJ Morning Show in Ruskin. Welcome.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Doing well.
Good. So I work for actually a large national builder. I'm a designer for them, and I've been doing it for 10 years. And before COVID, it was always an upfront, and every day come into work, you're in front of the buyer type deal. And then when I got with this builder that I'm with now, I've been with them close to 2 years. We would only go into the office maybe once a week, and it's a 600 square foot design studio that we work out of.
600 square feet?
Yeah, so it's
600. That's a tool shed.
It's very tiny, but it's essentially what it is it's a garage that has been converted to a studio. So it's a sales office. So they'll eventually convert it back to a garage. But what they're doing now is they're saying, okay, they're building us actually a massive design studio right off of 75. It's going to be over 2,500 square feet, and they're like, we're spending close to $1 million on this. You got to get your butts back in the office. We've been we've been told it's going to be 5 days a week, but we've also been told possibly 3 days with the choice to work from home 2 days. But it's a big adjustment for us.
So, yep, again, like I said, companies are saying it's time to get your butt back into the office. Thank you, Megan. Appreciate it. George, hey, Andrew, just the calls on the board here, and I got to move on because I got a lot to cover. George in Tampa. Hey, George.
Hey, how's it going?
Going well. You being told to get back to the office or what?
No, I actually work out in the field, but whenever COVID first started, I worked at another job, and they had us working from home, but my thing on going back to the office, I think it's really unfair, though, because not really saying unfair, but I think it's more dumb because all it's going to cause is more traffic now. Like, we're already dealing with enough traffic as it is, but having all these millions of people just go right back to the office, now we're just going to have an even more detrimental traffic issue.
Sounds like a good excuse.
Listen, the traffic is getting worse and worse. I went to the honorary deputy sheriff training day. I've been a Hillsborough County honorary deputy in the program since 1997, and they typically hold the training day in November. And I took a day off in November. Remember, I went to the training day, and I had to drive from South Tampa all the way out to East Hillsborough County, where the big sheriff's office training facility is. And I'm out there at like 7 o'clock in the morning. I could not believe the traffic out in East County. It's like, this is unbelievable.
All right, hold on.
Yeah.
Now, you live in a traffic bubble, dude. You don't understand.
No, I don't. You ought to see what's going on in West Shore and Kennedy at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's insane.
Right, but the whole area is jammed up all morning long while we're on the radio here in the studio.
What I'm saying is that traffic has gotten even worse. George is saying that, hey, with people being required to come, that's going to add to the traffic problem. We're already, with the growth of this area, the traffic is out of control. 2 more calls, and I'm going to move on. Pam's in Tampa. Oh, hang on a minute. Did I hang up on Pam? Hey, Pam, are you there?
Hey, yes.
Hey, Pam, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Go ahead.
Hi, how you doing? Okay, so my company said, okay, we're going to do 2 days 1 week, 3 days another week. It's going to be 50% in the office. So everyone we deal with is in New Jersey. Everyone. So they say it's for collaboration.
Hold on. Why are you dealing with people in New Jersey?
Yeah.
No. Why? What is it about New Jersey? You live here in Tampa, but you're dealing with people in Jersey. Why is that?
Yeah, major corporation headquarters there.
Okay.
All the internal customers are there, all the businesses there. So we are the shared center here. We do HR, we do sourcing, blah, blah, blah. And so 2 to 3 days in the week, which is not a big deal, right? But I go in and there's no one there. And then we're talking on the phone all day to people in Jersey. And then they're paying money to keep a business open here, the cost for the real estate, and it's an empty building. It's just ridiculous.
All right, ridiculous. So what's the
and
story?
Well.
Are you having to go? Is everyone going to be required to go back?
Oh yeah. Everyone's supposed to be going back 2 to 3 days a week.
But they're not.
Yep. No.
Well, nobody tell Jersey that.
Yeah, they're going to crack down. All right, thank you, Pam. I appreciate it. Last call is Claudia in Tampa. Hey, Claudia, you're on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hello.
Hey. So I used to work for a bank for like 23 years, but I worked corporate, and we were sent home with the whole COVID thing.
Yep.
And then about 2 years ago, we were told we have to get back. Well, I got used to working from home, and I have a teen daughter, so I was like, you know what? She's hitting high school. It's probably best for me to be home, and if I can find a job. And everyone was shocked because it's like I was one of those people that was going to retire there. And so now I work for another job, which I was hired in remote. They don't even have offices here in Tampa, like their corporate office. And I had a meeting recently that they want us to go into the office. Like they want everyone to go in at least 3 times a week. And I'm like, but I was hired remote. And they're like, well, we'll find you a place. I'm like, okay. So like a local branch, it's a bank that's like popping up everywhere now here. But Yeah, so it's a little frustrating because, like I said, I was with my other company for over 20 years, and now to have to deal with this, it pretty much sucks, which makes no sense because who am I supposed to bond with? People I don't even work with?
What, you have to meet people to make friends, and you start off as not knowing somebody, and then you become acquainted, and then you become more accustomed to somebody. It's kind of like
But I
how
don't work.
it's kind of like how relationships develop.
No, I get it, but I don't work with those people in the branches. Like
Yeah,
You
know.
will.
yeah, that's what it sounds
You
like.
will.
Claudia, thank you so much. I appreciate it. So, heads up, it appears that listen, they're saying the party's over. That a lot of the work from home stuff is coming to an end.